Welcome to the channel. If we are new to each other, my name is Jamie. Today we get to unbox both the new 12.9-inch Magic Keyboard with that new Pro Display HDR 12.9-inch. It is the silver version, as well as the all-new white Magic Keyboard. This thing has dirty fingers written all over it. I feel like I need to wash my hands each time I go to use it. But either way, I'm so excited to unbox and use both of these products. So if you're ready, let's get started. We'll get started with the iPad Pro. Again, this is the silver version. So it's my first time going silver. I've been starting to go silver and white on everything. I feel like everyone does space gray and now it's kind of losing its specialness. And now when I see a silver MacBook, silver iPad, I'm like, oh my God, that thing looks pretty sleek. That's why I picked up this thing here. It is the 256 gigabyte version. It does go all the way up to 2 terabytes. And if you do get the 1 terabyte or the 2 terabyte option, it will come with 16 gigabytes of unified memory. So this one right here is just the 8 gigs of unified memory. It also comes now with 5G, so that's super great for those fast speeds if you do need them if you're on the go. And rip this sucker right off. And if you can see right behind me, I just finished unwrapping and unboxing the M1 orange iMac. Check out that video if you haven't, super exciting. But let's wiggle this guy free. I've never had an iPad this big and people talk about the size. It is slightly thicker, but we'll get to the specs a little later on once we open this sucker up. You give it a little shimmy, place that right there. Oh my God. So again, I've never actually really even held it, especially since Apple stores now are so closed and all that. It's so hard to even test anything out without purchasing it, which I usually do anyway. Here we go. Oh, okay. So the size doesn't feel overwhelming. I do like the petite size of the 11-inch. That feels pretty good in the hands. We'll see how it feels with the Magic Keyboard. Let's see what's in the box. I'm hoping we get an Apple sticker. You do get a Thunderbrick 20 watt adapter there, and USB-C to USB-C, so that's kind of them. Whenever you get a brick, it's a win. Traditional stuff there. A SIM ejector if you get the 5G version, and white Apple stickers. Not silver or anything, you get the white, so that's okay. We'll add those to the Apple sticker collection lands. Get this guy booted up. It should be pretty straightforward as all Apple things. We'll just open it up. We'll check out the color. Yay, so you do have that new square camera system. I am coming from the 2018 model, so this is my first upgrade ever since. I did not upgrade last year during the pandemic, but I did grab the Magic Keyboard. Yeah, so we do have the wide camera and the ultra-wide camera. Let's hit the power button right there. I'm just gonna set that one off to the side, and while it's doing its Apple magic, let's unbox the Magic Keyboard. You do get a pull tab right here as well, so thank you. So if you do have last generation's Magic Keyboard, the fit for this white one is a little different. It is gonna fit on there, but it is gonna have a slightly different type of fit because this one's slightly bigger and slightly thicker. Oh my God, this thing is so pristine. It's like Snow White. Set that off to the side. Oh my gosh. This is really nice. Oh my God. So it feels like a Magic Keyboard feels. So if you've had one before, it has that familiar silicone feeling. I wonder if, oh my God, this thing literally it screams dirt. You have your instruction manual. Let's just check out if you do get an Apple sticker if you're curious. I'm always curious what gets a sticker, what doesn't. You don't get a sticker. No sticker. So the hinge mechanism is very similar to last year. Actually, it's identical. You have your Magic connector there. And let's just go ahead and plop this guy on. It's like magic. You just go boop, voila. Oh, look at that. Fingerprint on the screen already, but that's come with an iPad. Hello. I love all the hellos and the olas, very similar to the iMac behind us. The setup is super simple. Once you set up your Wi-Fi, you just need to make sure that you have it on portrait mode so that you can take your Face ID. And now that we're maskless, I'm so glad Face ID is still on here. I do kind of wish it also had the fingerprint reader like the iPad Air. Masks aren't completely away, so they're still around. You could transfer your data from an existing iPad, so I'm gonna go ahead and do just that. And all you have to do is just bring any of your iOS devices, so whether it's the iPad itself or your cell phone. It just knows and it automatically pops right up on your iPhone or your iPad, wherever you're coming from. So not much has changed on the outside. Aside from it being slightly thicker than last year's model, it looks exactly the same. The magic is what's going on inside. And it's so crazy that this iPad Pro is being run by the same silicone architecture as that iMac 24-inch right behind me. It's so wild. It's run off of the M1 processor, which makes this the fastest iPad, actually the fastest tablet ever. And as I mentioned, it has an 8 gigabytes of unified memory. Unless you opt for the 1 or the 2 terabyte version, then you'll get 16 gigabytes of memory. And the starting price for this is $1099, and you can spec it all the way up to $2,299 if you add that 5G. That makes it even more expensive than a 16-inch MacBook Pro. And what makes this 12.9-inch iPad Pro even more special than its smaller 11-inch brother is the Liquid Retina XDR display. And this display has a color contrast ratio of 1,000,000 to 1 and delivers 1,000 to 1,600 nits of peak brightness, all depending on how you're using it, all thanks to the 10,000 mini LEDs that are inside this thing. That is the same technology that's found in Apple's $5,000 Pro display, and the price does not even include the stand. And I can't even express how excited I am to get to use this thing. It really is an all-around amazing iPad, but what I'm really excited to test out is the 12 megapixel ultra-wide front-facing camera. I won't lie, I was slightly bummed that they did not put the camera in the center when in landscape mode, because ever since I got the Magic Keyboard during last year's pandemic, it has been living in landscape mode for my remote schooling. But the introduction of center stage will hopefully fix this. So whether it's Zoom or FaceTime, and whether you're still or moving around, you should remain in focus. You can also take really good front-facing selfies. Not sure if anyone actually does that with a 12.9-inch iPad, but if that's you, you should certainly look good. And as I mentioned earlier, you do get a 12 megapixel wide lens camera as well as an ultra wide, but that one's only 10 megapixels with the addition of the LiDAR sensor that was introduced last year. So you should really get an immersive AR experience if you do use any sort of apps that support that. So you still only get the one port here, unless you do get the Magic Keyboard, which has a USB-C port right there for pass-through charging. It does charge at slower speeds, but it's there for you. But now this port right here has turned into a Thunderbolt port for ultra-fast transfer of files. So I like to shoot these videos and a lot of my pictures with my Nikon Z2, and that has 45 megapixels per photo, and I just love to edit on the iPad. With the Apple Pencil, it just makes it like this great experience. So I really like to do that, and the files are so large, but I have not used this yet, so I'm hoping that those files get in there and out super quickly. This iPad already does it pretty fairly well, but it does seem to lag, especially with the chunkiness of those 45 megapixel photos, but this one should hopefully flow through it like butter. So aside from that, it really is the iPad Pro that we've already know and love. It has that Apple Pencil support, it has iPad OS, and I'm so excited to see the features that will be introduced at WWDC just in a couple weeks. But let's check out the size comparison between the two. So this is the 2018 model, so it does only have the single camera, but we'll still be able to get a sense of the difference between the sizes here. So, okay, so pretty significant size difference. Thickness a little bit there for sure, but I'm telling you, I was a little skeptical of this large size, but this feels pretty nice in the hands. And there you have it. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video, I want to thank each and every one of you. It's been so fun to open this up and explore it. If you want to know how I'm using it and how I like it, leave comments down below and I'll create a follow-up video of my actual use of this iPad Pro 12.9-inch. Yeah, be sure to drop a comment down below. Hit that like button. It really helps these smaller channels more so than you think, so please leave one of those. And if you are new around here, please consider hitting that subscribe button if you have not, because I like to drop videos like this pretty regularly. Yeah, so until one of those times, I'll see ya.